Hello and welcome to an India Today special broadcast that comes to you from the Ram Ki Pedi in Ayodhya. I'm Gaurav Sawant. This is a city that is preparing to welcome Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram after a span of over 500 years. And you can see the enthusiasm not just in the voices of the Ram Bhakts, but in their eyes, in their emotion. And their emotion is there for all to see. And over the course of the next 1 hour, we will tell you about how not just Ayodhya Vasis, but Bharat Vasis are coming together to welcome Lord Ram as his Divya Bhavya Vigrah is now in the Garbhagriha of the Ram Temple. But first, as always, let's get started with the headlines on India Today. Ayodhya ji is all decked up for the Ram Janmabhoomi, and Ram Lalla's face revealed for the first time on India Today. You're seeing these images of Ram Lalla in the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi temple. Congress party's Digvijay Singh criticizes Ram Lalla's idol, says the new idol does not look like a child, asks what was the need of a second idol. Prime Minister Narendra Modi unveils Boeing's new Bengaluru facility. This is the aviation giant's biggest campus outside the United States of America. Supreme Court dismisses Bilkis Bano convicts plea seeking 6 weeks more time to surrender. The convicts directed to surrender by the 21st of January. Rape convict Tera Sacha Sauda Chief Gurmeet Ram Rahim Singh granted parole again for 50 days. This is his 7th parole in the past 2 years. And on India Today, our viewers for the first time are seeing what Ram Lalla will look like on the 22nd of January post 12:20 p.m. That's the Shubh Muhurt between 12:20 and 1 in the afternoon. That's the time that the Pran Pratishtha ceremony will take place. But Lord Ram's Divya Bhavya Vigrah, or the idol, has been placed in the Garbhagriha, and India Today has accessed these exclusive images of Ram Lalla when the idol or when the Vigraha was being carved or prepared, the Krishna Shila idol at the Karyashala here in Ayodhya. India Today is the first channel to get you the divinity on television, as the officials of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra say that this idol not just reflects Devatva but also Balatva. This is a 5-year-old Vigraha of Lord Ram, or when Lord Ram was 5 years old. So the Yagopavit Sanskar or the Upnayan Sanskar, or as we know, the Janeyu, the Upnayan Sanskar hasn't happened, so there is no Janeyu, but Lord Ram looks like a strong young boy, as was envisaged when that message was given out to the 3 artists. He's a Rajkumar, so the royalty reflects in the face and in the jewels the Lord is wearing. There is also Balatva, it's a 5-year-old child, a young boy, and there is Devatva, there is divinity that is visible. So when you look at this Vigraha, or when you look at the picture of the idol of Lord Ram, you see the Balatva, Devatva, and the Rajkumar's royalty also reflecting Raja Dashrath's son, Raja Ram, of course, then a 5-year-old child. But look at this picture, and I'll tell you in greater detail about what all do you see in this picture or the idol. It's been very carefully conceptualized. So when a Krishna Shila weighing more than 200 kilograms was to be carved into an idol weighing between 150 and 200 kgs, what was the thought process? I've already told you about the Devatva and the Balatva. Let me also tell you, in this idol, you will see all the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. Do keep in mind, Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram was one avatar. Lord Krishna was another avatar of Lord Vishnu. So let me tell you about the Dashavatar or the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu that you see in these images. Let's begin with the Dashavatar, the Matsya avatar, then the Kurma avatar, the Varaha avatar, the Narasimha avatar. And that Narasimha avatar is the story that we've read about very extensively. The Vamana avatar, Parshuram avatar. Ram avatar is something that we are all celebrating right now. The Krishna avatar that we all hope to celebrate in times to come through the proper process. The Buddha avatar and the Kalki avatar. So the Dashavatar or the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu depicted in this stone Vigraha of Sri Ram. But that's not all. There's an eye for detail. Let me also tell you, what does this look like in greater detail? You have a lotus with 1,000 petals. You have the Devata Mandal. Of course, Sri Ram with his golden bow and arrow. This is, of course, the Dhanui, as Champat Rai of the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra put it, a 5-year-old child with a small bow and arrow. Since he is a Kshatriya, he's a Raja's son, a Rajputra. So he does have his bow and arrow, a golden bow and arrow. But you also have signs of auspicious Sanatan Dharma all across. In this Vigraha of Sri Ram, you have the swastik, swasti or shubho. You have the mace, the gada that is wielded, and you have several other such symbols, including the Om. I want to bring in India Today's Samarth Srivastav, who joins us with the latest on this big story. Samarth, an eye for detail in this 51-inch tall idol of Vigraha of Lord Ram. It has the Dashavatar. Tell us more, Samarth.
Well, Gaurav, that is something, that idol looks mesmerizing, and as we saw, that it has been made with the Krishna Shila, and it's a black stone idol which clearly depicts the Bal Roop of Lord Rama. Though we saw the pictures where the picture was covered with the cloth, but now the picture accessed by India Today clearly says the story how it looks like, but it's complete divinity in Ayodhya. As I'm reporting from Lata Chowk, I have been joined by Bhavandar Baba. He has come all the way to Ayodhya, traveling lakhs of kilometers on his bullet. I'll request my cameraman to show the entire visual. This is the bullet by which this bullet Baba, Bhavandar Baba, has come. He also has got the helmet, so all safety traffic precautions are also being kept. आप मुझे बताइए कि यहाँ तक आना कैसा हुआ और प्राण प्रतिष्ठा के लिए क्या कहेंगे?
जय श्री राम। भूमि पूजन में हम यहाँ पे आए थे 2020 में, तो साक्षी हुए थे, हमारा मन परिवर्तित हुआ। हमने यहाँ से संकल्प लिया कि हम पूरे देश में अयोध्या जी का आमंत्रण देंगे। तो हमने इस रथ को इंदौर में तैयार कंप्लीट करके 1 लाख किलोमीटर 3 साल 21 फरवरी 2021 को यात्रा आरंभ की। 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग, 4 धाम, 7 सप्तपुरी, 29 शक्तिपीठ, 25 राज्य में करोड़ों लोगों के पास इस रथ के साथ गए और सबसे कहा,
आप इसको रथ बोलते हैं?
हाँ, ये रथ है, अयोध्या जी का रथ है, ये आमंत्रण रथ।
इसके युवा इसको बुलेट बोलते हैं।
हाँ, युवा बुलेट कहते हैं, लेकिन ये सनातन धर्म के जो लोग हैं वो इसको रथ कहते हैं, बोले भगवा ध्वजा वाला सनातन रथ।
राम लला की नई तस्वीर आपने देखी?
हाँ जी, देखी है। वो जो अभी आई है,
कैसी लग रही है?
हृदय प्रसन्न हो गया, हृदय प्रसन्न हो गया, गदगद हो गया। 25 राज्य में हमने करोड़ों लोगों को अयोध्या जी का आमंत्रण दिया और एक अपील करी इस यात्रा में 1 लाख किलोमीटर में कि जो हिंदू देवी देवता के फोटो होते हैं वो कपूर अगर
मूर्ति है उसमें बाल रूप की मूर्ति है, प्रतीत हो रहा है, कैसा लग रहा है उसको देख?
बाल रूप में जो बाल रूप की प्रतिमा है, तो बाल रूप से ही बाल रूप के प्रतीत बिल्कुल देखते से ही प्रत्यक्ष दर्शन से ही बाल रूप का दर्शन हो रहा है, वो प्रतीत भी उनके दर्शन से ही हो रहा है और हृदय प्रसन्न होकर गदगद हो रहा है। हमारा आधार आ गया है 500 साल बाद हमारे।
Gaurav, you saw that Bhavandar Baba all the way from Indore, and he has got his bullet as well, so we can also call him a bullet Baba. I've also been joined by one Bajrang Bali out here who has come here. आप क्या बने हुए हैं?
यस, हम कुछ बने नहीं हैं, हम कलयुग के हनुमान बने हुए हैं। और कहते हैं ना कि ये मिट्टी का कीमत, एक चुटकी सिंदूर का कीमत अगर कोई नहीं जान पाता, इसी तरह से मिट्टी का कीमत कोई नहीं जाने, इसलिए हम जनाना चाहते हैं कि इसी मिट्टी से हमारा जग जननी सीता निकली हुई है। तो ये इसी मिट्टी हम लगा करके राम जी 22 तारीख को आने वाले हैं, तो उनका शोभा।
कहाँ की मिट्टी लगा ली आप?
ये हम सीता जी जहाँ से जन्म हुई है, सीतामढ़ी, वहीं से सीतामढ़ी बिहार में जन्म है उनका। और
की मिट्टी आपने लगाई?
यस, वहीं से मिट्टी लाए और वहीं से लगाए हैं।
गदा कहाँ से लिया?
हाँ,
गदा कहाँ से लिया?
ये गदा जैसे हमने बनाए हैं, तो हम बना के लाए हैं गदा। हाँ,
शंख भी लगा?
ये शंख भी लाए हैं कि कहते हैं ना भगवान भाव के भूखे, भगवान
actually spellbinding. This devotion of Ram Bhakts across Ayodhya is actually spellbinding, and you will see this in virtually every lane and by-lane where we are. There are so many Ram Katha parks that have come up, Ram Katha Vachan that is happening here, Natya Manchan that is happening here, all across. Little children with Lord Ram's bow and arrow, little children dancing, whether it's Bharatnatyam or Udisi, all across, Udisi dance, all across here you see Manchan of the Ramayana that is happening. And this is how the story of Lord Ram was kept alive, because there were hundreds and hundreds of years, not just of foreign invasion, but a systematic effort that the Sanatan Dharma followers are cut off from their roots. But the invaders failed, everybody failed. It's that astha that has won. And if this is the fervor that you see today, imagine what the situation would be thousands of years hence. Because this is where India is reconnecting with our civilizational roots. I get you more in this report.
Behold the divine form, crafted by the skilled hands of Mysuru-based sculptor Arun Yogiraj. The yellow cloth, a silent guardian. The drapery on Ram Lalla holds within it the promises of eternity, set to be unveiled on Monday after the consecration. The sacred secret, the first image of a veiled Ram Lalla, unfolded in the quietude of Friday morning. The idol embodies the innocence of a child, the pride of a king, the divinity of Vishnu. When the morning sun extends his tender fingers, its rays fall upon Ram Lalla's forehead in a celestial glow. Here is how the idol looks without the blindfold. This image was taken much before the idol was installed in the Garbhagriha.
सबसे पहले तो मैं वो वीर लोगों को ही नमन कर रहा हूँ जो मेरे 90 कार सेवा मेरे साथ में जो थे, जो ऊपर चले गए, वो छोटे बच्चे नन्हे बच्चे बन के यहाँ कार सेवा करने आए होंगे। मैं वही उन्हीं से और प्रार्थना कर रहा हूँ। दूसरी बात, कार सेवा करने का मौका यानी अभी जो आया हूँ, मैं जो पहले जो वीरान नगरी जो देख रहा था, आज मैं सही में स्वर्ग नगरी देख रहा हूँ।
Swaran Paduka to adorn the feet of Ram Lalla, their artistry transcending time. The very ground beneath, hallowed by the holy steps. The temple, embellished by ornate carvings. It stands as a testament to craftsmanship. The golden doors invite believers into a realm where faith intertwines with ancient art. The marble flooring reveals like a canvas. And on the stage of VIPs, where the mortal and divine converge, the anticipation builds for Monday's moment that will etch itself in the annals of history. Bureau Report, India Today.
And as you look at these images of the Vigraha of Ram Lalla, imagine this was a huge Krishna Shila, a rock, a black granite rock from Karnataka that was moved to the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Karyashala here. It was a young sculptor from Karnataka, Arun Yogiraj, who converted that rock into the Vigraha of Ram Lalla. And this truly was tapasya, sadhana that he did for over 6 months. He was injured when this was happening. A piece of that rock hit him in his eye was injured, but he continued with the tapasya. What was his entire journey like? Vijeta Yogiraj, his wife, actually recounts how the entire family was very worried, but they're thrilled that they've been blessed by Lord Ram, that Arun Yogiraj has made this Vigraha of Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram.
The beautiful Ram Lalla idol made of Krishna Shila black stone is home. He's now in his abode in Ayodhya after a long journey from Mysuru to Ayodhya. And it is this sculptor, Arun Yogiraj, whose masterful hands made this mesmerizing idol. Yogiraj is now camped in Ayodhya and was seen watching carefully as the idol was lowered into the temple premises on Wednesday night. Yogiraj from Mysuru was in the contention along with 2 other sculptors, but eventually the sheer beauty of his work of art won over the hearts of Ram Bhakts.
Arun Yogiraj, मैसूर निवासी, अनेक पीढ़ियों से जिसके परिवार में मूर्ति निर्माण का कार्य चलता है, उसकी मूर्ति का चयन किया गया है और सभी लोगों ने उसकी मूर्ति की प्रशंसा की. सभी का अर्थ है उपस्थित कम से कम 11 ट्रस्टियों ने.
This, no doubt, is the most important idol for Arun Yogiraj and a crowning moment for his family as well. He hails from Mysuru in Karnataka, fittingly from the land of Hanuman.
When we got the news, we were thrilled and excited. Whole of the family was celebrating Makara Sankranti, and it doubled up our celebration, and we are now very happy, and we are very proud of Arun.
We feel proud and pride that Sri Rama idol made by my brother, and it's a wonderful thing to imagine and think about that.
Arun comes from a family of sculptors and quit his corporate job to become a full-time sculptor. Arun Yogiraj has sculpted so many statues like the Bose statue in Kartavya Path, the 31-feet Hanuman statue in Mysuru, and the Adi Shankaracharya statue in Kedarnath. But sculpting this idol of Ram Lalla that will be worshipped by millions will no doubt be the most special for him. With Anaga, Bureau Report, India Today.
And look at our Mahapurush in our country. They've actually united our country. When you talk about the journey of Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram from Ayodhya through Chitrakoot to Panchvati to Kishkindha to Rameshwara and then Lanka. So if you talk in modern day concept, and that's what's happening right behind me when you're talking about the Manchan of the Ramayana or theatre artists, young children, elders, art professional artists, they are all a part of this Ram Katha that's on. So from Uttar Pradesh to Madhya Pradesh to Maharashtra to Andhra Pradesh to Karnataka to Tamil Nadu and then Lanka, Lord Ram binds our country in one bond. When you talk about Yogeshwar Shri Krishna, when you talk of the journey from Mathura to Gujarat to Dwarka, east to west, north to south, Jagat Guru Adi Shankaracharya, whose brilliant idol is now at Kedarnath. So from Kerala to Kedarnath, the 4 dhams in 4 different parts of a country, that is how our religion and our culture unites our nation in one bond. And that here is reflecting on the streets of Ayodhya as we bring you this report on how Ayodhya has been decked up for the arrival of Maryada Purushottam Shri Ram, the Pran Pratishtha on the 22nd of January.
Ram Lalla is here. Devotees across the nation are eagerly awaiting January 22nd, the day the Pran Pratishtha takes place. And Ayodhya is ready to give the deity a grand homecoming.
The timeline, the countdown for the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram Lalla idol at the Ram temple brings you these images. This is the Provincial Armed Constabulary of the Uttar Pradesh Police. The Provincial Armed Constabulary of the Uttar Pradesh Police playing Ramdhun and Ram Bhajan here at Ayodhya.
सिया राम जय जय सिया राम। आज सनातन धर्म का विजय हो रहा है पूरे विश्व में। सनातन का पताका फहरा रहा है विश्व में आज 500 वर्षों के बाद।
The temple town is all decked up to welcome guests coming from across the country to witness history.
चुन चुन के फुलवा ले आई हो अपने राम लला खातिर, पौवा में कटवा कहीं न चुभ जाए, पौवा में कटवा कहीं न चुभ जाए। चुन चुन के फुलवा ले आई हो अपने राम लला खातिर।
Every corner of the town has got a divine makeover with Lord Ram's murals.
कार सेवा करने का मौका, यानी अभी जो आया हूँ मैं, जो पहले जो वीरान नगरी जो देख रहा था, आज मैं सही में स्वर्ग नगरी देख रहा हूँ। स्वर्ग है, जो दुनिया से स्वर्ग हमारा पतित हो गया था, आज स्वर्ग जिंदा हो गया है।
Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath unveiled a 30-seater solar-powered boat on the Saryu on Friday. A 2-hour ride on the boat will take you through the scenic architecture around the river Saryu.
Solar boat services are all set to start in the temple town. Ayodhya, at one hand, the nation is waiting for the consecration ceremony of Ram Lalla, and on one other hand, the tourism of Ayodhya is reaching heights day by day.
This whole project has come up with our group, which we are calling the Electric Mobility on Waterways group, and we are associated to trying to build the electric mobility on the waterways across the country. This is a 30-seater boat with 2-member crew, so about 32 people at any given point in time.
What we're using, to give you a little technical details of the boat, is twin 12-kilowatt motors powered by 46 kilowatt hours of LFP battery capacity. And we have 3.3 kilowatt of solar on the roof, which is constantly charging the batteries during the day. So we have the additional charge to give us more range of operation.
Various cultural activities are taking place in the town. Rangolis adorn the roads leading to the temple. Ram Naam is resonating on the lips of each and every Ram Bhakt. And after January 22nd, these devotees will finally be able to get darshan of Ram Lalla in his Bhavya Mahal. Bureau Report, India Today.
You know, when you see images of little children here at Ram Ki Pedi taking the holy water of the Saryu river and touching their forehead with it, watching their parents do it, in a way, this is India's civilizational knowledge, the respect for rivers, being passed from one generation to the other. You learn it in some way today, it stays with you for life. And a large number of parents have brought their little children despite this biting cold here in Ayodhya. This is Bharat reconnecting with our civilizational roots. And that is why when the court verdict came in 2019, the Bhumi Pujan, Prime Minister did that in 2020. In 2024, January, the Pran Pratishtha is happening. By December 2024, the Shikhar would be in place, 161 feet high. And then by 2025, this Divya Bhavya Ram temple with its Parkota and with 7 more temples outside will be ready. That is the pace that is required to make up for that lost time of over 500 years. To not just reconnect with our roots, but take that civilizational knowledge to future generations. I bring you more in this report.
Ram. 5th August 2020. Ayodhya was waiting for the Prime Minister. He started off from the national capital of Delhi in his special plane to Uttar Pradesh's capital city, clad in chic traditional dhoti and kurta. Once in Lucknow, the Prime Minister took a chopper to Ram Nagari, Ayodhya, along with the Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath. In Ram's very own city, Narendra Modi's first stop was the ancient Hanumangadi temple. Sporting a saffron angavastra, he lit a diya and offered prayers. The Prime Minister of India then reached his destination, the Bhumi Puja site for the grand Ram Mandir to rise, and went straight for Ram Lalla idol's darshan. Going on to prostrate himself on the floor with a Sashtang Pranam before the deity. It was time for the main Bhumi Puja rituals amidst chanting of holy mantras. The Prime Minister laid the foundation for the mandir with silver bricks. He invoked Bhagwan Ram.
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय सिया राम, जय सिया राम.
And paid tribute to those behind the struggle to find an abode for Ram Lalla, residing in a tent for decades.
बरसों से टाट और टेंट के नीचे रहे हमारे रामलला के लिए अब एक भव्य मंदिर का निर्माण होगा. टूटना और फिर उठ खड़ा होना सदियों से चल रहे इस व्यतिक्रम से राम जन्मभूमि आज मुक्त हुई है.
Asserting Ram Rajya Dharam, the Prime Minister stressed on the inclusiveness of Indian culture that bars discrimination.
हमें ध्यान रखना है, जब जब मानवता ने राम को माना है, विकास हुआ है. जब जब हम भटके हैं, विनाश के रास्ते खुले हैं. हमें सबके साथ से, सबके विश्वास से सबका विकास करना है. अपने परिश्रम, अपनी संकल्प शक्ति से एक आत्मविश्वासी और आत्मनिर्भर भारत का निर्माण करना है.
This was his first visit to the holy city after nearly 3 decades. In 1991, Narendra Modi, then a BJP worker, was in Ayodhya for the temple movement with L.K. Advani.
तब मैंने मुरली मनोहर जी से रहा नहीं गया, मैंने पूछ लिया, सर ये बताइए जो आपके साथ ये हैं इनका नाम क्या है और क्या पद है इनका. तो उन्होंने कहा इनका नाम नरेंद्र मोदी है, ये गुजरात के बीजेपी के नेता हैं. तो मैंने कहा कि बड़ी खुशी की बात है, लाइए मैं आप लोगों की तस्वीर खींचता हूं, जो कि आप रामलला दरबार में आए हैं. फिर मैंने तस्वीर खींची. उसके बाद मैंने देखा कि नरेंद्र मोदी जी, मुरली मनोहर जोशी जी, दोनों लोग एक ही साथ जो है निकले रामलला के दरबार में. और जब वहां पहुंचे तो मोदी जी कुछ देर ज्यादा रुक गए. तो जब 5 से 10 मिनट हो गया तो मुझे लगा कि आमतौर पे लोग दर्शन करने आते हैं तो वो दर्शन करके आगे चले जाते हैं, तो ये मोदी जी यहाँ रुक के कर क्या रहे हैं. तो मैं फिर पास में चला गया, तो मुझसे रहा नहीं गया. मैंने उनसे पूछा, सर आप रामलला से कोई वार्ता कर रहे हैं कि कोई आप संकल्प वगैरह ले रहे हैं, बहुत समय लग गया आपको यहाँ दर्शन करते. कहे नहीं, ये बात अभी नहीं बताऊंगा, बाद में बताऊंगा. फिर मैंने सोचा कि हो सकता है कोई ऐसी बात हो जो नहीं बताना चाह रहे हो. तो थोड़ी देर के बाद जब फिर से मेरे सामने आए तो मैंने फिर दोबारा उनसे पूछ लिया, सर ये बताइए मोदी जी कि आप अब दोबारा रामलला का दर्शन करने कब आएंगे. तब उन्होंने कहा कि मैं तभी आऊंगा जब राम मंदिर का निर्माण होगा.
In the intermediate decades, Narendra Modi rose in political power corridors as the Gujarat Chief Minister and then as the Prime Minister of India. But even after his ascension to 7 Lok Kalyan, Modi didn't come to Ayodhya. He waited for the final 2019 court verdict to announce his plans for Ayodhya. A deadly pandemic couldn't then stand in the way of the Prime Minister to fulfill his promise.
जिसकी तस्वीर आपने खींची वो देश के प्रधानमंत्री बन गए, आप जाइए जरूर मिलिए, तो मेरी इच्छा प्रकट हो गई। और उसके बाद में देखने लगा कि उनपे विपक्ष और सारे लोग सवाल करने लगे कि प्रधानमंत्री बनने के बाद भी वो रामलला का दर्शन करने नहीं जा रहे हैं। तो मुझे लगा कि अब इनका जो संकल्प है उसका खुलासा मैं ही कर दूं। तो मैंने उस तस्वीरों को फिर वायरल किया और आपके भी चैनल पे भी दिखाया गया। तो मैंने उनके संकल्प खुलासा किया कि उन्होंने संकल्प ले रखा है कि जब राम मंदिर निर्माण होगा तभी आऊंगा। तो उस संकल्प को उन्होंने 5 अगस्त 2020 को राम मंदिर की जो है आधारशिला रखी और वो देश दुनिया ने देखा।
तो वायदा पूरा जो किया
उन्होंने वायदा पूरा कर लिया। और मैं तो ये कहूंगा आपके चैनल से कि प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी मन की बात तो खूब करते हैं, पर अपने गुप्त मन की बात आज तक नहीं बताए कि उन्होंने जो संकल्प लिया था उसे अब पूरा करके दिखाया।
The mandir is rising, and so is the city of Ayodhya. Saryu has been witness to it all.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be the Yajman on the 22nd of January when the Pran Pratishtha takes place. And the Prime Minister, we are told, is following all norms, all rituals that he is supposed to. So, no grain, no water, he's sleeping on the floor, and it's just nariyal pani or coconut water that the Prime Minister is having. That's what has been advised by some of the sages and seers and saints. He took their advice. The Anushthan will take place between 12:20 and 1300 hours or 1 p.m. on the 22nd of January. This is being seen as a civilizational moment. The Prime Minister is a devotee. You heard those reports that the Prime Minister, when he was here during that Kar Seva, at the time when the effort was on to build the Ram Temple, had told people here that he'd only return once the Ram Temple is built. We bring you this report.
On an 11-day spiritual odyssey, offering prayers at the Sri Kalaram temple along the Godavari in Nashik's Panchvati. Visiting 2 Ramayana-linked temples in Kerala. In Andhra Pradesh, Prime Minister Narendra Modi following the set customs and practices of an ancient Anushthan in preparation for the consecration on January 22nd.
22 जनवरी को वो ऐतिहासिक क्षण आने वाला है जब हमारे भगवान राम अपने भव्य मंदिर में विराजने जा रहे हैं। राम मंदिर में प्राण प्रतिष्ठा से पहले कुछ संतों के मार्गदर्शन में मैं अपने यम नियमों में व्यस्त हूं और उसका मैं बड़ी कठोरता से पालन भी करता हूं और आप सबके आशीर्वाद से इन 11 दिनों में मैं वो साधना कर पाऊं।
The Prime Minister has foregone the bed, sleeping on the floor on a blanket, only consuming coconut water, performing Gau Puja, feeding cows every day, and performing various forms of dan.
हमारे प्रधानमंत्री मोदी जी सचमुच 11 दिन तक लगातार इस प्रकार की साधना कर रहे हैं। मैं कभी कल्पना नहीं करता था कि राजनीतिक क्षेत्र में काम करने वाला व्यक्ति इतना बड़ा साधक भी हो सकता है। कंबल बिछाकर तख्त के ऊपर लेटना, उपवास करना, मंदिरों में जाकर अपना मस्तक देखना, भजन कीर्तन करना। मैं समझता हूं राजनीतिक क्षेत्र में काम करने वाले किसी भी व्यक्ति से किसी की यह अपेक्षा नहीं हो सकती थी।
व्रती के तौर पर 11 दिनों तक अनुष्ठान की जो विधि होती है उस विधि के अनुसार वो पूजन पाठ करेंगे, हवन करेंगे, यजन करेंगे, अर्चन करेंगे, वंदन करेंगे। ये हमारी परंपरा है। हमारे हिंदू धर्म, सनातन धर्म की जो परंपरा, उस परंपरा का परिपालन करते हुए मोदी जी 11 दिनों के बाद यहाँ पर उपस्थित होंगे 22 जनवरी को।
The Prime Minister becomes an integral part of the divine choreography of faith, a fusion of spirituality and tradition, leading up to the historic moment on January 22nd in Ayodhya. Bureau Report, India Today.
And as part of the 11-day Anushtan, Prime Minister Narendra Modi also visited various temples in different parts of our country. The Veerbhadra temple, Lepakshi, the Guruvayur temple. But that's not all. The Prime Minister will be visiting multiple other temples. He would be visiting the Sri Rangam temple in Trichy. He would be going to the Ramanatha Swami temple at Rameshwaram. That's the journey Maryada Purushottam Sri Ram had taken. He prayed to Lord Shiv at Rameshwaram, then sought the parting of the seas to go to Lanka, and that's when Ravan was killed. Let's bring you this report on Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting various temples in different parts of our country as part of that Anushtan, which actually began at Panchvati in Maharashtra.
Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, 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 Shri Rama.
Ram Bhakt Modi retracing the journey of Lord Ram across India. Prime Minister Modi, while on his 11-day Anushtan, has visited several Ram temples, particularly in the south. On Tuesday, the Prime Minister visited the Veerbhadra temple in Lepakshi of Andhra Pradesh. Hugely significant, as it was here that legend has it, Jatayu fell after being attacked by Ravan. Prime Minister Modi was seen enjoying the Ranganatha Ramayan, the epic in Telugu, as a wonderful puppet show was also organized. The Prime Minister even chanted along, mesmerized clearly by the bhajans.
Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Rama Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama.
Early Wednesday morning, the Prime Minister then made his way to the beautiful Guruvayur temple, a Krishna temple known for being a holy wedding venue. The rules at Guruvayur aren't relaxed for anyone, not even for the Prime Minister. And that is why even his SPG had to abide by the dress code of wearing a mundu. After an early morning darshan, Modi blessed couples who were at the temple to get married. He also met superstars like Ram Lalla and Mammootty while attending Suresh Gopi's daughter's wedding. And then the Prime Minister made his way to the historic Triprayar Ramaswamy temple in Thrissur, where he enjoyed some Ram bhajans.
ये सौभाग्य की बात है कि अयोध्या में राम मंदिर की प्राण प्रतिष्ठा से कुछ दिन पहले ही मुझे त्रिप्रायर के श्री रामस्वामी मंदिर के दर्शन करने का अवसर मिला.
Modi will next be visiting two iconic temples in Tamil Nadu, the Sri Rangam temple in Trichy and the Ramanatha Swami temple in Rameshwaram.
Kerala believes in the worship of 4 temples. Triprayar is for Rama, Irinyalakuda or Kudalmanikam is for Bharata, Tirumozhikalam is for Lakshmana, and Payamal is for Shatrughna. Of the 4, the first is Triprayar, which is for Rama or Ramaswamy. So the Honorable Prime Minister visited that temple. And another temple which is associated with certain Puranic statements is the Rameshwaram temple, where there is Ramanatha Swami. Something very interesting about the temple is the kings who did a lot of service to the temple were called Setupati Rajas. They were called Setupati because they were the rulers who protected the Setu that connected Bharatadesham and Lanka.
From Andhra to Kerala to Tamil Nadu, Prime Minister Modi's Dakshin Temple Run has sent a clear message of the Ayodhya Ram Mandir Pran Pratishtha having a connect with every part of India. Bureau Report, India Today.
In fact, when Lord Ram was on his way to Lanka and crossing Kishkinda, or what is believed to be modern day Karnataka, that is where Bhagwan Hanuman or Lord Hanuman saw Bhagwan Ram for the first time. Bhakt Hanuman saw Bhagwan Ram for the first time and actually asked him, Kotu Shamal Gaur Sarira. He asked him, then who are you? Chatrin Roop Hirahu Banavira. Who are you, dark complexioned person? You look like a Kshatriya or a warrior, but you're roaming around the forest like somebody who lives in a forest. And that explains this Shamal Varn or the Sham Varn idol or Vigraha of Lord Ram. That is all we have for you on this India Today special broadcast. Many thanks for watching. A quick break. News and updates continue on India Today. Stay with us.